Hey, oh, did you see that? There was an angel that just flew right when I opened this and started it up. Today is, fuck, I feel great. I feel fucking amazing. 11. Today is 11/24, and I've been listening to Neville Goddard's Reader, the 14-hour reader and everything. And as I listened to it, oh my goodness, I totally understand it, and I know that I can express it and share it with others so that they will get in alignment and be able to move forward and make changes to their own personal lives based on what he's taught, because it is true. Um, and everything. So then while doing that, and I've been doing that since about 5:11 this morning, listening and everything. And even though I drifted off to sleep, it didn't matter because I was still actively participating and breaking it down so that I could relay it to somebody else in preschool language. That way it's broken down to the very, very easiest way that it can be consumed, digested, and put to use, right? That's what we want. We want whatever we're sharing and teaching to other people to be broke down to its simplest form, that somebody who is willing to invest that time into your message, into your video, into whatever it is you're putting out for goodness, that they take that time that's invested is fruitful, and they can run with it and see changes and know changes, and even more importantly, feel the changes happening in their moment right now, because all there is now. There's no future, there's no past, It's only just now, this moment, literally this moment. And now it's this moment. And now it's this moment. Just kind of like, you got to think of it as Spaceballs, the movie, when he's like, where are we? We're now. Like, now. in the movie. Fuck, I love that. That's hilarious. Anyway, right now, at this moment, the reason I'm doing this video is because we're going to get up and we're going to take a little tour of the house that I currently am living in, because I have fully locked in, snapped in, like, I'll show you, like this. I've fully, like, this is closed. It's snapped in. It's just plastic within plastic that's got it closed. Nothing can come out. And there's one of those. This is the Primal Queen. So so there's a little that dry thingy, and then a minty thingy in here. That's all that's left in here, but it won't come out because it's sealed by just that little snap. Well, not snap, but you get what I'm saying. It's like a Tupperware lid coming together, or whatever, some other kind of together, closing and everything. It's got to be easy to open and close, because as we evolve, as we change, as our heart's desires change, as the God within us says, hey, I want to experience this, we got to be able to unsnap it and put on our new self, our new alignment to the new person that we're becoming. So right now, I'm coming out of this area, moving into a much bigger home, a visualized home, a heart-desired home, and everything. And then from there, I haven't put any more thought into it beyond that, because confirmation, I just want to get to that next level and everything, and experience that, and and stuff. Oh, I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited. So anyway, we're doing this little video right now where we're going to walk through the house that I'm living in. And 505, this is for prosperity. Did I use that right? It's to show where I am versus, and then later on, once I get to, which is just down the street, down the block, 528 love frequency, which means that divine love is working through me. This is inspired by divine love. I'm fully in alignment and everything. And so I'm making this video now, today, 11/24, knowing that between now and just a few it's just a short time. It's just literally down the block. That's how far I gotta go, is down, literally in this thing is just down the block. I'm already there. I'm already there. I don't even have to go down the block. I'm already there. Because if I think about it, the other day, I had already arrived through the portal. And it was just the rest of my body showing up in the portal. And now that's where I am. So I'm not going to rewrite my story to that it's down the block. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's now. It's now. It's now. It's now. It's only now. It's only now. It's only now. You get it? You get it. Okay, so you got it. So later, when I do my video in my new house, in the house that I manifested by thought and thought alone, and inspired action. Inspired action could be something small. It doesn't always have to be something big, and everything. So it could be something small. Make a post and not be afraid to post it. Say something and not be afraid. Don't put a no, that can't be real, or oh, they're going to think I'm this or that. If you put that out there, then that's you putting that out there, putting it on somebody else, but it's really not them. It's you putting it on yourself. And so that's you, like, putting something out there and then pulling it back and scraping it off like, nope, I can't do this. And we're not doing that anymore. We're going to put all our shit out there. What do we want? We're going to put it out there. We're going to express it out there. Alone, if you need to, express it in your house alone. I'm here in my bedroom alone. And then you just leave it out on the field and let the universe run with it, knowing the universe is running with it. And not only that, universe gonna make it so much more better than you could ever imagine, because truly you are amazing as fuck. Right? 818, 818. Hello. We talking abundance, supported by divine. So that's divine abundance. Thank you. Hello. Feel me? Yeah. I know. This is how silly I can be and how much fun the universe wants to have with me. This is me in my raw, authentic self. Same as when I'm crying, same as when I'm, struggling and trying to teach through my tears and stuff. So this is me on a high note, although I haven't had any today, but just naturally high at this moment on this. So let's take a little walk ski. This is me in my room. No curtains, always letting the light in, and everything. So, yeah, this is me in my room. Not a very big room. It's a small room. Very small. So, here we go. Out into... So, in one of my videos... I talked about how the door next to my room, shut. See, this is the room, the door that leads to downstairs. And I came out my room the other day, like like Wednesday or so of last week, and I had shut the door, and you saw how I shut the door. I always shut it small, so it wasn't a big thing, but for whatever reason, this door that was open like this, then shut to this. There was no wind, there was no nothing. So that was telling that you got to pay attention to these things. So here's the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. This is how tiny, here we are in the bathroom. Shower, little pantry. It is super small in here. It's super tight. It's just a little bit bigger than the bathroom on a plane, right? So, and then here's the kitchen. We're in the kitchen, right? So here's the back door. This is the door that we use mostly. You come in, and then you're gonna see the door that leads downstairs to where Conan, and then my bedroom here, and then the bathroom across. And remember I told you that the door is off because of that time that he was having a pissy fit or whatever, because I was in my thoughts manifesting. I've been LARPing for a long time. I've been awake for a long time. And anyway, so he had gotten drunk and had a temper tantrum and tore the door off the wall, off the hinges, and then said, "Oh no, I went to answer. I went to go, and when I not went to answer, I went to go inside and it fell off in my hands." No, that's not what happened. I remember that night. So here's the kitchen, right? This is the kitchen. This is how he's been keeping the refrigerator very, very minimal, so I don't actually eat every day or anything. So, and this, anyway, I show this not to bring him down or anything. That's not the goal. It's just to show, when you're waking up, and those that don't want you to wake up, this is what they do. Look, this is our pantry. What the fuck? There's hardly any food. He went and got rid of all the canned goods and everything. So, and then here's the main living room, the main room of the house. This is where our son hangs out and does all his gaming and stuff. A little table. My son now sleeps out here in the living room and everything. He's 12 years old. And then Conan sits here and does his thing here on his computer and everything. And then that's it. That's it. Oh, well, unless you want to see this 1333, here is the, this is the front door. So you have a little front door. Ooh, it's cold outside. 444. Well, 1344, which equals 444. So that's universe. And then, of course, Raven is there on Wolfie's bed. But this is it. This is it. This is how big the house is that I've been staying at, living at, with my NPC of a husband. Which, whatevers. It is what it is. But all that's changing. So, anyway, notice how long that took me. I spoke more before going out there and giving you a tour of the house than I did giving you a tour of the house. I didn't bother to go downstairs because all it is the furnace, um, the laundry, and Conan's bedroom, and I have no desire to head downstairs. So, but I take this video today as inspiration to show and to remind myself where I was, where I am right now, because this time has passed. You know, I'm done giving the tour, so that time has passed, and I'm in my new timeline, and it's coming. I'm going to touch it soon, very, 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 very soon, because it's kind of like, as I was explaining to the universe, not on camera, but just out here talking out loud to myself. I was explaining that how I viewed my arriving to my new portal. So Stargate, remember in Stargate when they clicked on, they found the coordinates, he realized that those are coordinates, they entered all the coordinates in, it clicks on, and then when they stepped in, they kind of get sucked in and stuff with water. So water is important and everything. And I can't remember also what water represents, symbolizes. I know it has to do with our mind and whatnot. So there's that, and there's lots of water and everything, and all is mine. Okay, so then all is mine, and there's one drop can come from the ocean, but in one drop is the whole ocean, kind of thing. Yeah. In any event, that's the other thing, is when I get too high on life, on my naturalness, you get confusing and stuff. You start jumbling your words. So that's where I am right now. But so what I want to say is trust your process. And I did, and I was putting out stuff because I'm ready now to share, to teach, and everything. I don't hashtag anything anymore. I have no reason to. I trust and know that it's going to hit the right people and stuff, the right beings, the right resonance, the right frequency. Everything is frequency. If you've chosen God in any form of God, the biggest, the smallest, whatever, that's light. That's the light. It could be the God spark within you, or it could be a what's bigger than a spark, right? So I don't know, for whatever reason I'm here to show this. So this keeps it kind of clean and keeps those that resonate with me here. 1809, that would be 99, so it's ending of stuff. I'm looking at the seconds. 1818, right? So anyway, so there's confirmation. So I've reached where I need to be. I've stepped through. I left the last portal, like in Stargate, getting back to the movie, and then moving forward with that, explaining how this happens. And so I left the last portal, and then a few days ago, I arrived at this new portal. The thing is when you arrive at your new portal, you think you haven't arrived because you're still in as you were when you last left, right? And so it doesn't feel like you've switched into your travel uniform, into your new self yet, which you've already done. You've already put on that new avatar. It just looks the same as your old one, but this new avatar is new and improved, and it needs some work. AKA, it could be you need to heal it, you need to love it, you need to whatever it, and now you get to do that. Now, when you put forth the effort will show up in full alignment and full bloom, that you can now experience exactly what it is that the God Spark has put within you and been pulsating within you to manifest. Because God cannot manifest this without your permission. You have to do something that says, okay, I'll do it. And then God's like, I don't care if you just do just the minimum. I don't care. But you got to do something that says, we in this together. That's what God is saying. For real. And for you smart asses out there, yeah, God's saying it just like that because God got a fucking sense of humor. Hello. I'm God. You're God. If you're laughing, I'm laughing. We gods. That shit's funny, right? And if you took offense, you need to chill the fuck out, because God, well, I guess God could be uptight and whatever. I just don't see it as that. 2112, that's mirroring. But whatever, you do you. I feel that God is hilarious and funny as fuck, and wants more than anything our authenticity and our rawness, and to be unfiltered and everything. That's why I don't use other avatars. I already got this avatar. What the fuck do I need an animated avatar? I don't need no animated avatar. This avatar works for me. This one that I got to keep track of, this one works for me. So what I'm saying is, God can't, you got these desires that you want to do, you want something better, but you don't know, you keep seeing it as something different, as opposed to seeing as, God's trying to drag me there, God's trying to get me there, but I keep saying no. Why are you saying no? Don't say no. Say okay, say yes, and then let it go, and just, just let it be. And then, like, once you arrive at that place, it could take, once you realize that you've arrived at that place, then it's just a few days for it to really sink in and get saturated. Get saturated in color, get set 2233, get saturated in smell, get saturated in textures, get saturated in sounds, get saturated in everything. By getting saturated, you're getting richness brought into your now, so that you can experience the richness that you are wanting and that God wants to experience through you. Also, during this journey, I started putting out posts about how money wants to have a better reputation and a better experience with us, especially us that are enlightened and pillars of light and anchors of light, and those that are guiding, and those that are at the tip of the sword, because that's where we are. We are at the tip of the sword. You see how, whether you agree with him or not, how he holds his hands, that is not an Illuminati negative thing. That is him saying, I am the tip of the sword. I am the tip of the sword. When he holds his hands, and even Princess Diana and John Jr., when they hold their hands like that, and their hands are together, thumbs and fingers are together, but it's pointing down. That is the tip of the sword. So what first, when you're puncturing in through the enemy and wiping out the enemy, and or like killing the enemy, right? It's the tip of the sword that goes in first, and then the rest comes in, and then that tip is 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then I don't know how many people are in this sword with us, but as the more of us line up behind each other, behind the tip, and we keep lining up it's like a flat pyramid, we widen that gap and we make more damage because more of us are then in alignment and joining in this, not physically. We don't need to be here physically fighting. We don't need to put hands on anybody. You don't need to do none of that bullshit. You just need to join mentally and go, you know what? This is where I'm going to use my energy. That's how you join mentally. You pull your energy to yourself. You pull your thoughts and everything to yourself, your awareness and everything. That means nobody else can take your unattended thoughts, unattended mind, just, floating out there, unattended energy, and it cannot be directed for good, for bad anymore. It can only be used for good if that is your intention. That's my intention. And so whether I'm awake or I'm asleep or it looks like I'm doom scrolling, I am always in good energy and always in control of my energy and always aware of the things that are coming at me. I may not appear that way on the outside, just if you were just to look at me, but later on when I reflect on my day, I see the connections, I see the patterns, I see where I was spoken to, and I speak about it, and then that also puts me more in my alignment. So I'm in full alignment. We went on a tour, and I'm super excited. You can hear the plane, confirmation, super close. They don't normally fly that close. That is serious. And look at the skin. Look, I'm all chicken skinned out. That is huge confirmation. Michi, you're speaking truth, and not only are you speaking truth, it's fucking landing. It's landing on the ears and hearts and souls and God sparks out there. We are flipping it. And because of this, this is how we will create the solar flash. We are creating the solar flash. It's not happening to us. It's not happening because of anything other than we are in alignment. And when we come together, whether you've taken steps or you're just like going, hey, there's something to that. Boing, that's a God spark right there. That's a solar flash right there. And you haven't taken any steps, say, except for you pulled your parachute and now it's open, right? Because if your mind is not open, you can't take in new info. If your hands are not open, you can't receive the goodness that's due to you. If your heart isn't open, you can't express or become in alignment or have the God energy come down to and through you. Because if your heart is closed, it has no place to go. It'll get stuck in here, and then sometimes it doesn't feel so good and whatnot, and our little bodies can't take it, and that puts us in a sad area where we feel overwhelmed. But if your heart is open, then all that energy can come down to and through and out you, and then it shows up in different things in your world. For me, I noticed it first. My my news feed changed. And since returning home and since saying that I was moving, down to Arizona, and that's what I wanted, guess what started happening? I started getting van lines showing up in my news feed. Oh, you're moving? Okay, here's some van lines. Not only that, I know that I'm going to cut, with the quantum financial system and all the money getting returned to all of us and all that fuckery and the end of this bullshit, that system that was set up where they stole money from us and and made us work for shit that we should have gotten for free, right? So all that, we can experience all of that. We can do it now. I was going somewhere specific with that, but then as I was going into detail, it kind of got erased, which is fine. It doesn't matter, because the more important thing is with my excitement, I already saw the visual, and it already went. That visual, once it came into my thought, it was already dispersed. So it's already out there, it's already hit, and that means more and more light. That's all it is light getting sent out everywhere. Love and light, awakening, 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 awakening. I love it. I love it. What a fucking rampage. What a natural fucking rampage. That is amazing. Oh, 30:55. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So let's just stop and take a moment and scan the body. Do we feel anything, any kind of resistance? In my body at this moment, there is no resistance. That tells me full alignment, Michi, full alignment, right? And I'm looking even for just one little pixel, right? My pixels have done pixelated. The world that 3131, which turns out to be 44, which, 4 is good. But my pixels have done pixelated, which means, according to the movies that we've seen, especially if you want to watch the movie pixelated, because it demonstrates it and stuff, is it's already been done. It's like a set change has been done and then going through the Stargate is just a matter of arriving, and once the last of yourself arrives, you're fully sealed in, which the other day I got fully sealed in and everything. But before you leave your other realm, and I'll tell you that's a short trip. The thing is I had to die. My old self had to die. I had to leave it in the last world, in the last timeline, in the timeline that I showed you at the beginning of this, where I lived in that little house. I had to leave. I had to die in that in order to be reborn, even though it looks like I'm the same, in the same body, in the same avatar. It is a different avatar. It's been upgraded. This avatar has been upgraded. 3303. So it may look the same, but it's completely different. And there are different things. So I want you to look around and notice what's different. What it may not necessarily look different, but you'll pick up on something that's different than what it was before, besides the stuff showing up in your news feed. Like for me, I have that little bottle, that little jar right there. That's Soleil water. And it looks like it's the same way that I left it, but there's something different about it. Something different, and I've called it out. And I know that in this now, that is different. That's not the original. Something about it is different. I feel that there's a difference there, and I called it out. And that's the other thing, is you got to notice that in your environment, what's different. It could be a penny was moved. You noticed that there was a dime on your floor, but you didn't bend down to pick it up, right? But now, today, or whenever, you notice, hey, that seems like it was moved even a micro inch, or maybe it was moved 5 inches, or maybe it was, whatever. Maybe it was face up, now it's face down. You'll notice something is different. That's how detailed and that's how subtle these changes are. They're not always blaring in your face. They're sometimes really subtle. And it could be, especially if you were having issues with somebody and you started thinking, you know what, from now on, me and this person are going to have better interactions. You know, we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree, but we're going to have a better interaction because for my sanity, for my health, for my well-being, and it's okay to get selfish about it because the end result is a good thing for everybody. But for my health and my well-being and everything, I want to have a much better living environment as I count down my days before I move out of here. So I'm putting out that I have that Conan is going to bring home more groceries, so there's more for me to choose from, even if I have to cook for myself. But there's more for me to choose from, and so that will make my life easier, not just mine, but everybody in the household easier, including in your household. Because if I'm feeling better, you're going to feel better. Why? Because like I said, I'm God of my realm. And if I feel good, then I want everybody else that resonates with me to feel good. And to know it and for it to manifest. So in that respect, it's like I'm putting out gift certificates of love and light out there into the universe that you get to use however you want. This is, just consider it like in a game, you're coming across Easter eggs that you get to spend on however you want to spend it. You know, you get to spend the coin however you want. You get to spend your credits however you want. You get to put them, you know, how are you going to use it to manifest something that you really want? Or are you going to use it? However, it's unlimited. You know, I'm not going to give specific suggestions because that then kind of creates a subtle puppeteering, and I don't want to do that. I want you to be your puppeteer, not me to be a suggester or a puppeteer for you. Other than wake the fuck up and play the game with me. But you get to call your own shots, right? Why do I do this? I'm inspired to do this. It's like I get a feeling that this needs to come up and out, so that's why I do it. And not only that, if you look at it, it also has something that represents the tree of knowledge. So I'm sharing knowledge. I'm using the evil eye to ward off any evil, which there shouldn't be any evil, but whatevers. And then also the EMF, you know, keeping my area clean. And then, of course, the Phoenix Rising. The Phoenix Rising with the EMF, you know, and the Lapis Lazuli. I can't even say it correctly, but that's okay. You know what I meant. That blue stone, that lapis blue stone is in here, along with some glow-in-the-dark stone. But anywho, that's what all that means to me. So, and also, most important, as you're watching this, you might be going, girl, I don't even know what you're saying. What you're saying doesn't make no fucking sense. You know what? It doesn't have to make sense to you. It only has to make, what I'm saying really only has to make sense to me. But if you're open and your parachute is open, my words may not make sense to it because that's what you're focusing on. But trust your body is getting the resonance, is getting the visuals. Trust that those are coming to you. Trust that the goodness, the realness, the rawness, the trueness, the real message that is meant for you is coming through me from you, through me, to you, back to you, and you will interpret it the way you need to interpret it within yourself, within your body, so that you can enjoy and tangibly see, hear, feel, touch, explore, experiment, experience what you have put out for yourself. Easy. 404, 4004. Oh, I love it. That's good times. I crack myself up. Anywho, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, Michi. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, Divine Love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Love, for stepping in today, for having me listen to Neville Goddard, for having it broke down in my thoughts, for having me inspired so that I was able to post and do and attract all and everyone that I need to attract into my life, because I am ready for my vibe tribe. I am ready to play this game with others openly, not just by myself, in my room by myself. I want to play this with physically other people, this game where we manifest shit and we do good things and we put out good loving things, because we believe in community, we believe in the village life, we believe in sharing, we believe in collaboration, we believe in knowledge, we believe in the God spark, we believe in divine union, we believe in divine love, we believe in all things good. We may not believe in religion, or we might believe in religion. I personally don't believe in religion, but I do know that there are people who do subscribe to religion and everything, and they're good people. Their vibration is good. So in that respect, we vibrate together. We may have different ideas of what the ultimate being is, and everything, and that's good. But did you see that? Did you see that? I glimpsed it. I mean, I can't wait to watch this later. But ultimately, however you get to the spot where you are speaking and doing and putting out love and light, if that's what's happening, ooh, something touched me. Okay. If you're doing that, then you are in alignment. If you are inspired to put out love and light and do good and speak love and light over others, over your family, over your community, over your co-workers, over yourself, over your food, over your car, over your pillow, over anything that you come across, your animals, your pets, your water, then you're in the right, you're being exactly where you need to be. God is not in any one way. There is no one right religion. There is no one right way to do anything. So get rid of all that. Throw all that bullshit out. I curse. I love eating. I like watching things about eating. I love laughing. I love innuendos. I love all kinds of stuff that people don't necessarily associate with, being in your God self. 4334. That was funny. Yeah. Because it's true. People think, oh, God, she can't be holy, or awake, or she can't be God because she does this or that. Bullshit. God's here. God wants to experience everything. And for you to deny that God would do that, then that's crazy. God, the thing is God's not evil. God is not evil. Not one little iota. God might be, he might show up in black and white, good and bad, but they're just experiences, and really they're not really bad per se. They're just how am I going to generate this feeling of, whatever it is that you signed up for, that you wanted to experience in this lifetime. So there's that, right? So there's that polarity. and everything. But God's not evil. Evil takes life. Evil corrupts. Evil is tyrannical. Evil harvests negativity. Evil enjoys people's downfall. Evil is the shit that was so last Earth, which, as far as I'm concerned, ended June 30th, 2025. That's when that last fiscal year ended. So that's when all that's done, and then the new fiscal year showed up July 1st, 2025. So that's when everything turned to the golden age and stuff. And so we've just been in that integrative process this last 6 months, and so we're finishing out the year. Oh, epiphany. We're finishing out the year, integrating everything. So all this that's been going on, this whole 3i Atlas and all that jazz, that has just been about activating the codes, integrating everything, and now we're stepping into, and now we're realizing we're there. We made it. We fucking made it. 4554. That was 9/9. That shit's ended, and now we're on to new stuff. Know when God is talking to you. Know when you are talking to you. Exactly. You are God. You are a God. Just like in that movie Dogma, God came down to earth and, has been playing and stuff and everything. And there's so many movies. They all tie in. You just got to pick up the patterns that speak to you. But yeah, they're all there. It's all there. It's all out there. It's all out there. Watch some movies and then ask yourself, I'd say watch 3 movies over a weekend or a period of time, a short period of time, so that you don't lose your aha moments that you had in each of the movies. And then ask yourself, what is the connective pattern between all these? And then from that, what is the message for me in this? When you start thinking like that, this world opens up for you. You get a huge screen in front of you. And it's not just a flat screen. The way I see the Matrix for me is not just in the black and green with it trickling down. Mine is more, and it's not like the black and green where it turns into a 3D, where it's still kind of trickling down, but you can see, it's taking on the shape of whatever. But my Matrix is it's not something that you just look at. You can look at it, you can touch it, you can get into it, you can weave in and around and up and down, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can hear it, you can just float in it. It's all immersive, and you can experience it in all the ways that God is. And God is plasma, God is potential, God is light, God is essence, God is you, solid, or God is this sound that has coming out of my mouth, from my throat, out and reaching your ears, and then hitting your brain and turning into words. And when you speak, that's you sending God out to do your bidding. Are you going to send God out to bring you back good things? What are you putting out there? I'm amazing as fuck. and I'm loads of fun, and I'm surrounded by good people, and I always look to have a good time, and I'm strong as fuck, and I'm empowered. I am 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 here. I am now. And I am aware. I love it. I love you, Michi. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love all the hard work that you've put in. I love every organ. I love your skin. I love your essence. I love everything, every thought, every micro, every hair, every mitochondria, every micro little cell, every cellular wall, every space in between the cells. I love everything about you and all that you represent, Michi. I love you that much. And I am proud. I am proud to be you. I am proud to be you. I am proud to be Michi Robinson. Having this life experience, having this God experience, having this now experience and realization, raw and unfiltered, authentic and genuine, right now, right now, right now. Keep going. We're there. We've picked our day, and now we're just waiting for other things to show up. We've put out what we've needed to put out, what we were inspired to put out, and now more things are coming. More attraction is coming. More magnetic is coming. That's pulling me through. That's pulling me to it. Oh my goodness. That's some serious magnetic energy. It's coming. Holy fuck. Bring it, baby. Bring it. Bring it. I love you. Bye.